I'm gonna turn the ignition to the car on, and we're gonna come over here. Got our tablet, MHD, and see if you can see that. So it says, to test air leaks, we're going to use a small compressor to pump air into the charge pipe. When properly sealed, the air has no choice to escape but the small holes that the charge pipe is leaking air from. Here we show a meth bung that's been sealed with pipe thread tape. We spray a mixture of soap and water to show that no leaks are occurring at this location. The front of the charge pipe can be plugged with towels or newspaper depending on what kind of hose attachment you have for your compressor. The end of the charge pipe is plugged with the rubber cap so that no further air can escape through the other end. The bottom meth bung is also sealed with pipe seal to make sure no more further leaks happen through this connection point. The readings from MHD show 30 FF, turbocharger charge air pressure too low. So the backstory of this is I was getting codes 2D, 2E before I flashed with MHD. And I think MHD really reset some of the settings, and it helped the car to like the dual cone intakes and the charge pipe that I put in. So all in all, I would recommend MHD flash over JB4, just if you're a beginner like me. There was a slight air leak in that one, and what I did was I ran some pipe seal. It's basically pipe seal tape. So I used a leak was I forgot to put these clamps onto these nipple seals, so that was leaking, boost leak. And then that pressure sensor, we can't really get in the back of that too much, but basically I used Optimum Gray gasket to reseal that. That was leaking. I did buy a new vacuum line as well just to make sure it wasn't that. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try to start her up again. I'm gonna reattach this thing and see. Hopefully there's no boost leaks. We also got a new gasket up here for the charge pipe, so hopefully that solves it. And okay, see you guys later. So my air intake was under pressure, and basically what happened was at this elbow right here, on this band, the underside of it popped out, and so all the air was being released on the bottom of that. So I reused the OEM clamp for the smaller side, because what happened was this big bolt from VSRF was sticking out, and it dislodged the bottom part of this elbow right here. So I fixed that, and then amongst other things, changed out this vacuum hose, and I haven't tapped into the manifold yet. We'll see what we can do that later if it still acts up. And then the other thing that I did to seal off these air intake leaks, basically put pipe thread on this meth bung. If you have meth bungs, you want to seal those up good if you're not putting meth in. And so, I mean, those are the basic problems that might happen with your air intake if you change out this charge pipe. The leaks are most likely going to become at all connection points and any kind of holes. So that basically means at this elbow, at these meth bung intakes, possibly at the blow-off valve. Make sure you seat it correctly with the new gasket. Get a new gasket for this connecting to the throttle body, and the C-clip I reused. And the last thing on the bottom over there is the air pressure sensor. You may want to use some gray to seal it up, or some sort of seal, because air will leak through your air pressure sensor since you moved it from your stock one into the new VSRF Charge Pipe. So that's it for today. Thanks. So the first thing you're going to want to know when you change out your charge pipe and your blow-off valve is that the connections, at least the ones from my experience from VSRF, those connections, they're not airtight. And what I mean by that is when they plug up those meth bungs, they use metal on metal connections. And so since I haven't installed the meth ejection yet, I had to come in and put pipe thread tape on those basically those screws inside the charge pipe that was leaking air. And then I was getting codes from my JB4 and my MHD. The codes were 2D2E and 30FF. So if you guys are getting these codes, then I recommend doing what I did to solve them. And basically, it's been a day now, and I took the car on the highway going around 60, 70, and haven't had some problems for a day now. But for the past month, I probably had like a service engine soon light, and I knew it was something with the air intake leaking. And so there's a couple of things that I did to make sure that it didn't leak, and that was one of them. And then the other thing was you got to put some gray sealant on the pressure TMAP sensor. You got to put some gray to seal that up, and because the fit wasn't great, and you can't really find new gaskets for it unless you buy a whole new sensor for like $100, and I know you guys don't want to do that. So you really want to get it, go to O'Reilly and buy a gasket kit, and that'll basically get you some whole new gaskets. And yeah, the car runs great now. I've been doing some pulls, and yeah, it's awesome. One more time, one more time. Okay, good. Yeah. Here we go. Woo! You can hear the turbo spooling. Man, it is nice. Yes, sir. Woo! Oh shit, man. Okay. Woo! Damn, okay, slow down. And there you guys have it, the reaction video. Like and subscribe if you found this video helpful, and hopefully more to come. Thank you.